Good morning, Southeast Texas, Southwestern Louisiana, and on the World Wide Web at Kings Country, kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King of the radio and TV. Yeah, don't miss my TV extravaganza this weekend because we're recapping our recent viral explosion on Facebook mainly, but also in YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah, our Facebook numbers have gone from around less than 100,000 per month 6 months ago to 4.3 million yesterday. Do the math. That's quite a exponential growth cycle right there. We're going to celebrate that in the show. Plus, we have the Southeast Texas debut of Dylan Scott's new video. We play his song, I Need a New Truck. I love that song. Need a New Truck. That's a good one. So I think it's coming up in just a little while. Anyway, don't miss the episode. Several more opportunities to catch it on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. And thanks for tuning in to Kings Country.
Wanted someone who loves the land as much as he does.
Kings Country, kingscountry.net with my buddy, Jason Aldean. I say that because I actually met him a couple of times before he became real famous. Last time was a place called Whiskey River in Beaumont, about 2008. And I think that's why I'm having a fabulous flashback. Hold on.
King of the road.
Johnny Cash was the first single off of that, so it really helped us to launch that second album and kind of gave us that big song we needed, and it was a good year.
Yeah. Little known fact about that song, Beaumont boy, Tracy Byrd cut that. I don't think he ever released it as a single, but it was on one of his albums.
Yeah, he did, as a matter of fact, and we were actually going to cut it and put it on my first album, and at the last minute the publishing company called us and told us that they were giving the song to Tracy, and so I don't think he was aware of the fact that we were getting ready to cut it. I don't think he knew that, but he cut the song, and I don't know what happened, but it was on a greatest hits record, but it never came out as a single, so we had the opportunity to record it and put it on the second album, and so that's what we did, and no offense to Tracy, but I'm glad he never put it out.
And now, back to irregular programming.
Neil the Real McCoy on Kings Country, kingscountry.net. Thanks for riding shotgun with me through the noon hour. We'll be serving up some good stuff for your dining and dancing pleasure in the 12 noon hour. Got some Tracy Lawrence, His Royal Highness, coming up about Zac Brown Band. Hold on for them. And more audio samples from the TV extravaganza, the Jim King of the TV show. But right now, Elvis the Pelvis on Kings Country.
Hey, baby, this is Elvis Presley, King of the Rock and Roll, saying listen to Jim King, King of the Road. You're a wonderful crowd. Thank you very much.
Kings Country at kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King. Remember something called Napster? About 20 years ago, everybody was downloading and pirating music for free. Well, Luke Ryan, who's one of our mainstays of our current crop, has said that his label estimated that his song, Country Girl, Shake It For Me, has been pirated millions of times a week. The song only reached as high as number 4 on the country charts because of it. Here he is breaking down the numbers.
I think it didn't go all the way to number 1 just because I think a portion of people might have been a little reluctant didn't really know how to embrace Country Girl Shake It For Me. And when I wrote it, I was kind of scared of it. It was stepping out there. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think people really understand how much that song was getting illegally downloaded at the time. There were times that my record label was predicting that it was getting downloaded illegally, 20 million times a week illegally.
Country at kingscountry.net. You found it, the most magnificent country music mix on the planet, 24/7 and 365. Jim King of the radio and TV. Don't miss the TV extravaganza this weekend. We're going to debut the new song from Dylan Scott. It's called Easy Does It. But all around that, we're going to celebrate our big explosion on social media. Exponential growth in the last 6 months. Here's a segment to explain about it. Just over 6 months ago, King of the Road Productions began posting shorts and reels from our royal archives on Facebook and YouTube. Since then, our social media has absolutely exploded, especially on Facebook, where our monthly streams have soared from under 100,000 to over 4.5 million today. Our follower count has also surged, growing from under 10,000 to over 33,000 in just a few short months. These days, we're welcoming 500 to 1,000 new followers daily. along with thousands of comments, shares, and likes. None of this would have been possible without the many amazing artists who have shared their talent on our show, our loyal sponsors who keep us rolling, and the fans who have supported us every step of the way. It's been an incredible ride, and we're just getting started as we roll toward our 1,000th episode of the Jim King of the TV show.
Oh, but get ready. Hang on to your britches. You say you're sorry once again, dear. You want me to take you back once more. You say you need a helping hand, dear. But that's what you told me once before. Now walk softly on this heart of mine.
No surprise here, this classic throwback with Johnny Lee at the Southeast Texas Cattle Barons Ball lit up the internet in no time. The urban cowboy legend has long been a fan favorite on the Jim King of the TV show, and it's easy to see why.
I wrote a song and sang it with a young lady by the name of Lane Brody. I never dreamed this song would go to number one. You can't really dance to it too well. You can march like crazy to it around the building, you know, but they use it for a television show. And I'm going to do Lane's part tonight, unless there's any young ladies out here that know her part. She know. Surprise! Here we go. There's a yellow rose in Texas I'm going home to see. Though other men have held her, her heart belongs to me. I've traveled down some dusty roads, slept out in the rain, but the yellow rose was always there when I came home again.
I'm proud to share that Mark Chestnut continues to be one of the all-time favorites among our TV and online viewers. Check out this classic throwback from the 2016 Texas Crab Festival in Crystal Beach, Pure Country Gold.
You know what? I got to record a song with George Jones. You know, they say George Strait is the king of country music, but and you know he is. He's right up there. But I love George Strait, but the number one George is George Jones. That's the king of country music right there.
Check out this viral favorite. T.G. Shepherd backstage at Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee, sharing unforgettable stories from his days with Elvis Presley himself. I think it's really cool that you knew Elvis Presley. I'm standing next to a guy that knew Elvis. You've probably been to his home in Memphis.
I lived at Graceland for 7 years.
Did you really?
I sure did, yeah.
Was he still alive then? Or?
Oh, no, he was, very much so. I met Elvis when I was 15 years old at a skating rink. He took me under his arm, and we became friends. And matter of fact, he gave me my first tour bus. Just wrote a check.
1976.
Hey, you've done your homework.
Don't miss it in its entirety. Several more opportunities to catch it on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. Just check local listings for the Jim King of the TV show. And thanks for listening to the radio thing.
Oh, baby, what's this?
Thanks again for listening to King's Country on this TGIF edition of the Jim King of the Radio show. Here comes another little audio sample. Of course, the ACM honors were on Wednesday. And if you saw it, you might have caught this. Some great audio coming up. Ashley McBride covering Luke Combs during it. Here she is performing Beer Never Broke My Heart. George on King's Country. I'm Jim King of the Radio. Thanks for staying with us. And stick around for Tricia Yearwood coming up, Her Royal Highness. Allison Krauss in Union Station. Thomas Rhett. You know, his real name is Akins, his last name. Thomas Rhett Akins. Rhett's actually his middle name. His dad, his papa, is Rhett Akins. We play some of his stuff, too. He's about a two-hit wonder. Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm Jim King of the Radio, pretty much a one-hit wonder.
Long live the king!
Uh-huh.